I think I think we're live. Okay. Wow, that was weird. Oh yeah, OBS just decided to give up. uh wow. Hold on. All right. I think okay. So, let me just okay. I think we're okay now. Okay. All right, good. Sweet. All right, sorry about that. That was yeah, OBS just crashed on me. That's only happened like a handful of times out of all the times I stream, and we were doing dang, we were doing so good. We were on such a good roll. All right, so where were we in all of that? Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, you have to refresh it, I think. There we go. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oof. That was all right. Good. Yeah, that was wow. Way to throw. Thank you. Thanks OBS for throwing a wrench in what we were doing. Jeez. All right. That really threw things off. But at least we're back now. But that means unfortunately that like the VOD is like split now. Which is gonna be more annoying when uploading the VOD and everything, but you know. It happens sometimes. But like I said, it's only happened like a handful of times. And it's always so random too. It's not like my internet went at first I thought my internet went out, but everything else was working perfectly fine. Wow. Yeah, and I feel like everything else is like weirdly behind or just like all like taking a while to catch up. But anyway, okay. Let's continue where we were. All right. Okay, where were we? Okay, yes, we were looking up what Guy was doing, and most of it... Okay, this is the Bingham guy. That's not him. Okay. So I think, yeah, we're done with Guy now. Because none of these are... Yeah, none of those are the counties, other counties. Okay. So let's go back to Edda. Let's go 31 to 40. Okay, so there's a few here. Let's see who this person is. Is this our Edda Morse? And daughter Edith. No, okay, that's not her because she doesn't have a daughter named Edith. Uh, this? No, that's Chicago. This one, though. Mr. and Mrs. Guy Morris, daughter Jay, and Miss Etta Morris returned home Sunday after vacationing the past 2 weeks at Storm Lake, Iowa. Oh yeah, that's near where they used to live. Okay, so they still would go back and visit Iowa during that time. Which I think is also maybe this one? Like the same thing. Mr. and Mrs. Guy Morse and daughter Joy and Miss Etta Morse have returned from a visit in Iowa. Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, now William Morse. Because isn't this when William... I think this is when William passes away. Not this one. This is a different one. Livingston. Let's see. Charles Morris was called to the home of his father, a farmer near... Okay, no, that's a different... That's not him. What's this one? Mr. and Mrs. William Morse near Gardner. Yeah, no, that's a different... Let's see. Who's present? Mr. Charles Morse. This is a different William Morse who's living in the area. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is it. This is when William passes away. William E. Morse, age 73, who died Monday morning, April 6, at 11:45 in his home in Good Farm Township, was buried Wednesday afternoon. Funeral services was held at the chapel at the Davis and Sons Funeral Home. Reverend Eldon W. Wenzel of the Federated Church officiated. Burial was in Ward Cemetery. William E. Morse was a son of Jacob and Jane Preston Morse and was born May 17, 1862 in Mason Township. He is survived by his wife, one son, Guy, a nephew, George Lee, and one granddaughter, Joy Morse. Mr. Morse was a member of the Modern Woodmen for nearly half a century. He spent most of his life on a farm in Grundy County. Yep, and that is true. Okay, and then do we have more? Anything else here? Okay, here we go. Funeral services for W. Moore, who died. I think this is the same. Mr. Morse was 73 years old, born in Mason Township. On March 19th, 1889, he was married to Etta Holsey, and one son, Guy, was born of this union. A nephew, George Lee, was reared to manhood in the Morse home. He is survived by his wife and his son Guy and a granddaughter Jay Morse, and nephew George Lee. Okay, so George Lee was on his side his nephew. So that's where George Lee comes from. Because I was debating that earlier when we saw him in the census records. I was like, what side of the family is he from? He's from William's side. Okay, so that's good. That's a good one. Has some new information there. So really, after this, we probably... Oh, well, okay, they are still calling her Mrs. William Morse. Because this is them visiting relatives in Iowa. So we still have to... Oh. So we still have to look under William, because it looks like they're still calling her Miss William Morris. Oh, hold on, what's this? The card party and dance sponsored by the Fifield school was well attended, and a neat sum was added to the treasury. Miss William Morse received the beautiful Chenile bedspread, and Adolf Morfield received the door prize. Yes, we are back, Kazu. It took a little bit, but you just had to, yeah, I had to restart OBS and everything, which hasn't happened in a while. It's happened like a handful of times to me, but it's always so random when it happens. It never happens like when my internet goes out or something like that, or power or anything. It was just randomly just like, oh, yep, OBS disconnected. You're screwed now. Yeah, OBS is just temperament. Yeah, it is. But hey, at least I'm just happy it's free. And you know, my mom always, one of my mom's life, like, biggest sayings that she always told me was, you get what you pay for. And when you deal with something that's free, like this, you're gonna get problems. Mr. and Mrs. William Morse and family, and Mr. and Mrs. Buddy Tweet and little son were sending up new callers. Wait, no, this can't be... This has to be a mistake, because William's dead. In I think this is a mistake. This might be referring to Guy. Oh no, this is the other William Morse. Okay. That's the other one. Okay. So that's William. Let's see how many there are for... Oh, wait, no. Are there any other county ones that are nearby? Hold on. Oh, LaSalle? William J. No. Oh, wait. William... Wait. Missing for more than a month. Okay, this is a different William... Oh, that's a different William E. Morse. This boy looks like... And it says he's missing. Hope they found him. Norfolk, Virginia... Yeah, this is a different person. Boone, McHenry, Warren, Christian, Henderson, Lake, Coles, no. Okay. So let's look up Guy real quick. Probably just the Livingston ones. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the Livingston ones. Mr. and Mrs. Henry Jordan and Mr. and Mrs. Guy Morse have moved into the Neil Simmons house recently vacated by the McNeil family. Okay, so this is... Okay, so this is them still living together. Guy isn't living with his mother again, which we know happens later. Let's see. Okay, no, that's not what we're looking for. Oh, is he shucking corn again? Is he shelling corn? Yep, he's shelling corn. According to these newspapers, that's almost all this guy does. He's just shelling corn. Which, hey, you know, what else is there to do in 1930s middle of nowhere, Illinois? Okay, we already saw this one. Okay, yeah, they're just being entertained at somebody else's house. But I mean, this does show... Okay, so 38, yeah. It is showing that, like, in the throughout the 30s, he is... It feels like he's not... He's living with his family, Guy, with his wife and daughter, and not with his mother. Because we know by 1940? Yeah, by 1940, he's living with his mother again. But they're still married. But there's nothing here from that era. Okay, so let's... Alright, Etta Morse again. 1941 to 1950. Was she doing anything throughout the 40s? Nope, that's somebody from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Is this all just going to be the Tulsa, Oklahoma? Wait, what is... Oh, Marietta Morse. Nope. That's not her. This one looks like it might be her. This is from 1948. Grundy County News, yep. Etta Morse to Guy Morse. Okay, so she sold some land. $10 worth, 10 whole dollars. You can buy land for $10 back then. It's probably not much, but to her son, to Guy. Okay. But let's see if we put William, because she might still be referred to as Mrs. William Morse during this time. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, no, these are... Okay, Livingston County, that's what we want. Is this Mrs.? Yeah, Good Farm. Monthly meeting of the Fayfield Community Club was held Friday evening. Roll call was answered by naming your favorite patriot. Nothing says the start of World War II by that. Oh wait, no, this is before World War II. Right before. This is December 5th. Pearl Harbor was December 7th. Wow, so they were doing this right... I mean, like, people were kind of expecting something. Yeah, and she was a host. Okay, so she's part of this group. Let's see. What is this one? Is this her? Mrs. William Morse is visiting her son. No, that's the wrong Mrs. William Morse. Okay, no, that's another church thing. That's not him. The William Morse. No. Problem is that unless it's under like the good, the good farm section, that's how I think I know this is the right. Yeah, okay, yeah, field school. Roll call was answered by naming the flower you like best. And she was, she was vice president. Okay. Yeah, so this is her, because she was from Good Farm. Is this them, or is this somebody else? Yeah, it's somebody else. Okay. There was also some for the other county that's nearby, this one. LaSalle. Let's see. And two sisters, Mrs. David Barr, Mrs. William Moore of Los Angeles. Okay, nope, that's not her. No. Yeah, this is a different Mary Moore. Nope, that's not. Unfortunately, yeah, Morse is more common than her maiden name. I'm starting to think, yeah, none of these aren't the right. Anderson County. No, none of these ones. And none of these ones. Okay. It glitches out like that sometimes. Oh wow, not as much for Guy during this time. Okay, let's do Livingston. Let's see, Miss Morse. Okay, so this is probably her. This is Guy's wife, but he's not there. He's not there. He's not at the farewell party. Okay, what's this one? Mr. and Mrs. Henry Jordan, Mr. and Mrs. Guy Morse of Mason. Okay, yeah, so they are still, yeah, so I think he's living with his mother just to help take care of her. I don't think they did get like a divorce or anything, or like we're separating or anything like that. I think, because they're still doing stuff together, like this. The newspapers showed that they are still doing stuff together. Although he's not listed with this one. But they are visiting her. her her parents' house. And also here, it's only Ruby who's listed here. Okay. Well, there was one more for the sale. Is this him? Yeah, because Joy, that's his daughter. Okay. Both him and his daughter were buying property together. And this looks like probably a continuation of that. Oh, no, this is... Oh, this is the one we already saw. We already saw that one when we searched up Edda. Okay, so last one. So... Let's do 1951 to 1950. Let's just do 55. Because we know she dies in 1955. Knox County. What is Knox County? Galesburg, Illinois. Okay, no, it's definitely not her because this is a different one because she dies in 1953. So this Edda in Galesburg is not her. Okay, so yeah, so this is, I think, all we have in terms of obituary. Good Farm Township. Resident dies in Odell home. Funeral service for Mrs. William Morse of Good Farm Township, who died Sunday afternoon following a short illness in the Odell nursing home, were held this afternoon at 2 o'clock from the Davis Chapel, Morris. Reverend Arthur L. Upton, pastor of the Mason Congregational Church, officiated. Interment was in Ward Cemetery at Morris. A daughter of Angela and Henry Halsey, she was born in Au Sable Township, October 12, 1870. She was a great niece of William Marquise, the first settler to come to Goose Lake Township in Gundy County in 1828. That's where her wealth comes from. That's where the land wealth comes from. She's a descendant of one of the first settlers to the area. For many years, Mrs. Morse, the former Edda Halsey, taught the Saltmarsh School in Good Farm Township, and in 1889, she married William Morse of that community. His death occurred 16 years ago. A son, Guy, of Good Farm Township remains with a granddaughter, Miss Joy Barkley of Mason, and a grandson, John Barkley. Wait, a grandson? Who's John? Wait, who is John? John never shows up in any of these records. Or living with, hold on, because in the 1940 census, yeah, where she's... Hold on a second. Wait, I might be missing something, hold on. And I lost the... I lost the tab that I was in. Hold on. I have way too many tabs. Okay, here. That might be... Okay, wait. I think that might be great-grandson. Because Joy has a... Wait, yeah, Joy has a daughter or a son. Hold on. That's what it is. It's a mistake. Okay. That makes way more sense. That's what it is. That's supposed to be great-grandson. That's a mistake. Okay. Whew. That had me panicking there for a second of like, wait, what? There's another grandchild and I didn't know about? No, that's supposed to be great-grandson. Let's see. County Court. At a Morse estate, order on proof of heirship, petition for letters presented, bond approved, claim day March 2nd. Okay, so that's just them figuring out some estate stuff. I wish we could know like how big her estate was. All we know is that it was approved. Inventory approved. That's all we got. Now, unless we change it to William. Oh wow, okay. Anderson. What's the one Livingston one? Show goes in spite of injured director. Okay, no, that's not our guy. Let's go back to LaSalle. Okay, this is the other William Morse. Yeah, that's the other William Morse who died. This... William F. Morse, no. I think this is the one we already read. Yeah, this is the one we already read. Yeah, that's just about the... That's just the thing about the funeral. Okay, yeah, so there's nothing else. Yeah, because these are all way later, so that's not about her. Okay, and then we'll just do one more quick search for Guy. What is this? Oh, this is for a different person. He was a pallbearer. He was a pallbearer for a different person. Wow, that's it. Wow. Okay. I think... Hold on, let me just double check, see if there's anything... Okay, I think... there's one more thing that I forgot to do earlier before we got to newspapers. I forgot to look on Family Search to see if there was anything there. So let me just look on that real quick, see if we can find... Okay, and she was born... What year was she born again? Oh, that's guy. 1870. Okay. I think... Oh wait, no, it's not attached. No, this one. Wow, I'm finding the records that we've already... Oh. I think I found her. She's listed under her maiden name. Okay. Here we go. Let me pull this up so you guys can see it real quick. But yeah, this is her. I don't know if they're going to have anything different than what we already have, but we'll see. Yeah, guy. Hold on, I'm curious. Does it have under Henry? Does it have his brother? No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, so sources. Let's just see if there's anything different than we've already seen. Oh, okay. Wait, marriage? Do we have the actual document? Yes, we do. That was something that we didn't get on Ancestry. Now we have the actual official marriage record. Okay, where are they? Oh, wait, yeah. Let's look for bride. There we go. Edda. There she is. 19 years old. Marrying William Morse. Yeah, he's a farmer. 26. Yeah, this is them. Look at that. What did they put here? Father's name, when they were married, and witnesses. March 19th. Yeah, this is it. Okay, I was hoping that they would have the marriage record, because Family Search is pretty good at having the marriage records compared to Ancestry for some reason. And this is just another, this is more just like a summarized version. Where are... Oh, wait. Did I miss it? Oh, right here at the top. Yeah, March. Date of license, date of marriage, March 19th. Date of filing returns, March 20th. By who married. Minister of the gospel. Okay. Nope, no, let's go back here. Is there anything else here that's different? I think she's just listed on his... Oh, this is George's draft card. Oh, wait, this is... Is this... This is William's death certificate. William E. Morse. Yeah, Etta. May 17, 1862, 73 years. Farmer. Date deceased, last worked at his occupation, 1920. Okay, so he had been working, yeah, for 16 years. Yeah, Grundy County. And his father and mother. There's a burial. Cause of death, chronic myocarditis? Hold on. Let me see if... Inflammation of the heart muscle. Okay. That's what it is. So that's what he died of. Wow, yeah. Yeah, death certificates and marriage certificates are most of the time actually a pretty good source on Family Search for things. But I think that's everything, and I think that's where we're going to call it today. Yeah, this is, despite our hiccup in the middle there, unfortunately, that was a bit of a bummer, but we came back and we're all good now. But yeah, I think we did pretty good. The fact that we were able to find... At first, I thought we weren't going to be able to find much, because like I said, they were mostly farmers. And we weren't able to find much kind of beyond the census records in terms of documents. We did find the death record for William and their marriage record, but most of what we have is just census records. It wasn't until we got into, like, the later newspapers, like, after they came back to Iowa, that we finally got, like, stories with them. And nothing too crazy with this one. It was pretty general, nothing, you know... The only crazy thing was how much money the family was worth. That was the crazy thing. And also, again, I have no idea how this photo that I bought at an antique store in California ended up in California, considering they died in Illinois. And their son died in Illinois, and their granddaughter died in Illinois. So I don't know what that's about, but I think we're going to go ahead and call it here. This was a fun one. Definitely found it was more successful of actually finding the person than the last one than we did on Sunday, but I think the one on Sunday had more interesting stories than this one. Even though we might have been able to actually, like, find more information with this one. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and head on back. to our office. Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, you can see the back of it. I wonder if Descendant moved and took the photo with him. I mean, if it had to have been somebody. Well, here's my theory. My theory is that this photo was owned by like a more distant relative, maybe not one of her immediate siblings, because her maiden name is written on the back of it. If this was something that was like owned by like her direct descendants, like her son or her granddaughter, I think it wouldn't have had her maiden name on here. This makes me think it's probably was given to like possibly one of her siblings, and then just ended up down the line. So, because I know one of her siblings ended up in Washington, which is still far from California, but still at least West Coast. And then from there, who knows? But yeah, some descendant somewhere. And by the time I got down there, they probably had no idea who this person was in the photo, so they decided to get rid of it, which is often the case with this type of stuff. Yeah, which is why I always say, if you can, if you have old photographs, put full names on the back. Don't just put like Uncle John or something like that. Put like the full name of the person, so that way you can actually maybe have a better idea of who the actual person is. But yeah, so let me go ahead and take that away and make myself grow real quick. All right. So yeah, that's going to do it for today, folks. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new here, I'm not a professor, but you can call me Nap. And today, or I stream every Wednesday and Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, oh yeah, and the pinned message disappeared because the stream had to reset. I made an announcement at the beginning of the stream, but I'll say it again here. There is not going to be a stream this Sunday because I'm going to be busy that day. Instead, we are going to be streaming on Monday. Same time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But instead, the stream is going to be on Monday. If you're in the States, it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So, yeah. And then, what else do I normally say here? Oh, yeah. Make sure, if you want to know when I do go live, though, make sure you go ahead and follow. And also, I don't think I'll be doing a Gorilla stream this weekend. So I think the next stream I do will be the one on Monday. Because I don't think I'm going to have time. I might, but I make no promises, really. It would really just be a random stream if I do have time to do it. But yeah. Also, I do have a YouTube channel down below if you want to check that out, where I've uploaded some shorts on some of the things that we found on our streams. Let's see. I think that's... Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see if we can find somebody to raid. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go ahead and we're gonna raid Cassiel here. Oh, and she's doing like a Lego building stream. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and raid her. All right. Let me get the raid message going here. So that'll be for subscribers, and then one for followers. All right, but yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight, folks. Thank you guys so much for being here, despite the little that little interruption we had in the middle. But I think it all worked out all right in the end. We still were able to do a lot of cool stuff and find a lot of cool things. But yeah, and so like I said, next stream likely won't be until Monday. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be doing another one of these where we'll be looking at another photo that I bought at an antique store. And then, yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your night or day wherever you are, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, have a good time, everybody. Take care.